Can you believe it? We are ready for Chapter 9, Lesson 1 in your Volume 2 GoMath books. That's on page 507, and we're going to continue our study of fractions. And in this lesson, we're going to use the strategy Act It Out. We'll go and give a quick highlight there. We're going to act it out to solve comparison problems by modeling and comparing with fraction strips or fraction circles. Well, let's see what that looks like. Let's just jump right in with this question. Mary and Vincent climbed up a rock wall at the park. Mary climbed 3/4 of the way up the wall. Vincent climbed 3/8 of the way up the wall. Who climbed higher? And we want to remember these symbols here for less than, greater than, or equal to. Okay, you can act out the problem by using manipulatives to help you compare the fractions. So let's see what we have right here and see if we can't make some sense out of this. What do I need to find? And that's going to be who climbed higher. Mary or Vincent. Seems easy enough. Let's get some formatting done on this so we can make good use of our space. There we go. So who climbed higher? What information do I need to use? Well, Mary climbed how far? She climbed 3/4 of the way. And Vincent climbed 3/8 of the way. So how will I use this information? Well, I will use fraction strips, and that's what these are over here. So I'm going to use these fraction strips and compare the lengths of the models to find who climbed higher. Easy enough. So what we do is we're going to compare. Here's one whole. All right. Here is, if we were to divide this whole into fourths. Okay. So here is a fourth and a fourth and 1/4. Okay, we can see right up here. All right, this is 1/4. All right, this is 1/4. This is 1/4. And this right here is 1/4. All right, and 3/4 of the way is what Mary climbed. Now, let's take a look here at what Vincent was able to do. Just nudge that over just a tad. And now we're going to divide these into eighths. We'll get this line out here just a tad bit longer. All right, we'll bring that one down. I'll bring that one down right there. And let's see what we can't do here about showing. All right, that would be an eighth. That would be an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now here is where the confusion might settle in here. Okay, here's 1/8, and here's 1/8. These two 1/8s equal 1/4. And then here is 1/8. And so looking right here, 3/8, okay, or this right here, is actually shorter or less than these comparisons. So let's go ahead and take this right here, this 3/4, and take this 3/8 and compare them. Which one is bigger? And of course, we're able to see that the 3/4 is greater than 3/8. So the length of the 3/4 model is greater than the length of the 3/8 model. So 3 cheers for Mary. She climbed higher. Okay? Now, I'm going to take a quick little detour here down memory lane. And I am going to talk about I'm going to make this available to you. Hopefully, I will have this copied, laminated, and all that for you in our next bridge packet pickup. But I want to take you back to a time when we were doing math, and we used this series called Everyday Math. Now, I was not a big fan of it. In fact, I criticized it quite a bit. However, there were a few things that came out of the Everyday Math series that I find were very helpful teaching tools. I just didn't like the way that it was laid out and jumped from topic to topic, but we'll save that conversation for another day. One of the things that I did get, and this is actually from the 5th grade resource book, and I've modified it just a little bit to include the fractions that we would use. And it was a great way to compare fractions. Okay, so if we look at this right here, and let's use the same model that we did earlier. Okay, we can see right here 3/8. So here's one, whoop, wrong shape there. Let's get this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3/8. And 1, 2, 3/4. Well, when you look at it, which one is further on down? All right, and that right here is clearly this one right here compared to this one right here. So I thought this was a great tool for comparing. Later on, we're going to use this as a tool for showing equivalent fractions, which is a concept that can sometimes be difficult to understand. But I will make this available as a resource, probably a clicked link on our homepage. Okay, let's carry on and look right here. Students at day camp are decorating paper circles for placemats. Tracy finished 3/6 of her placemat. Kim finished 5/6 of her placemat. Who finished more of the placemat? So, what do I need to find? I need to find who finished more of her placemat. We'll go ahead and get that shrunk up over here. Was it Tracy or was it Kim? So what information do I need to know? Well, I need to compare the two. So Tracy and Kim. And let's do just a tad bit of formatting here. So what did Tracy finish? Tracy finished 3/6. So 3 out of 6. And Kim finished 5 of the 6, or 5/6 of her placemat. Okay, how will I use the information? I will draw the pictures and then compare. All right, nothing sneaky there. So here are our steps. And the first thing that we need to do is make 2 placemats. I guess is about the best way to do it. So I'll give a quick pause here and get those placemats set so that we can make good use of our time. All right, so here we are now with these shapes. Let's see if we can't get this locked in place. And so then what was our steps? Well, first thing that we needed to do, draw the shapes, and then fill in the correct number of equal sets. And I think that's the most important thing. We got to make sure that we have equal divisions within all of them. All right, and then finally, compare the 2 shapes. So, what we do know is that in the very end, when we get this thing done, that 5/6 is greater than 3/6. So, how did the model help you solve the problem? Well, I mean, that's kind of up to you, but for me, it would be just I'm having a hard time typing. Being able to see the difference in the 2 fractions. I mean, you can clearly see up here which one has more and which one doesn't. Tracy and Kim each had a carton of milk. With lunch, Tracy drank 5/8 of her milk. Kim drank 7/8 of her milk. Who drank more, and explain? Well, I am going to go back to this right here. And we're going to use this model. This is going to help us out. So we had Tracy with 5/8. Okay. And then, you know what we'll do here? We'll have to kind of move it up here a little bit so we can compare the 2. And then Kim had 7/8. All right, which is right here. So using this, I mean, it's easy to see 7/8. This one is more, okay? So for this one, who drank more milk? Kim drank more milk. Explain. I compared the two fractions using the fraction strip everyday math cheat sheet. And that's what I called it. Okay. So that takes us to the end of that. What I'd like for you to do, please, is to pause the video and get ready to do the show and share portion. And when you get that done, unpause and we'll see how you did. All right, back at it. At the park, people can climb a rope ladder to its top. Rosa climbed 2/8 of the way up the ladder. Justin climbed 2/6 of the way up the ladder. Who climbed higher on the rope ladder? First, we need to find whether Rosa or Justin climbed higher. Then model and compare the fractions. So compare 2/8 and 2/6. All right, so how are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to tell you. We're going to come right back here and use this thing. So we had 2/6. So there's 1 and 2. We'll get that thing filled in. Oh, not that. And let's make it so that we can kind of see through it. So we can know that that's 1/6 and 2/6. And now we are going to look at 2/8. So there's 1 and there is 2. And let's change the transparency there so we can see that. Now, using this, it's real easy to see. 2/6 is longer or further on down the number line than 2/8. So, comparing the two fractions, 2/6 is greater than 2/8. Or, just as equally the same, we could say that 2/8 is less than 2/6. So, who climbed higher? Justin climbed higher. Way to go, Justin. What if Kara also climbed the rope ladder and climbed 2/4 of the way up? Who climbed highest on the rope ladder? Rosa, Justin, or Kara? Explain how you know. Well, let's come back to this right here. 2/4 of the way up. So here's our fourths. There's 1/4, 2/4. Okay, so who climbed higher now? All right, our newcomer, Kara. Part freak of nature and part billy goat, I guess, if she is climbing a rope ladder that that far up. Okay, so Kara climbed the highest. All right, explain how you know, and that's just something along the lines of comparing using the everyday math. My goodness, we can just come right over here to this one. And this would be a acceptable answer. Explain how you know. I compared the fractions using the everyday math fraction cheat sheet. Okay, so there you have it. Once again, I will make sure that this here gets linked into the page in a couple of different places so that that can help you. And good luck with your assignment. I'm sure that you'll do great as we continue down this fractions path.